Welcome to Boggy Creek Life, and what I got for you today is the remaining Screamin Hellraiser models. If you've seen my last video on the Screamin Hellraiser series quarter scale models, and I said I was going to try to track down the rest of them, well, I did, and I got them here today for us to go over. We've got the quarter scale Pinhead with the Altar of Souls, the 1/6 scale Pinhead, and the Lament box here. All right, so first off, let's take a look at our box art here. Very nicely done. Nice hefty box. Screamin always made the bottom real hefty and the top was kind of flimsy, but anyway. A beautiful representation of a Pinhead sculpted by Jeff Brower. Now, I can't pin down 100% that he's the one that painted this for the box, but it does say on his website and Clive Barker and all that he did paint a lot of his prototypes. So, like I said, I can't pin it down 100%. And unfortunately, a little story about this version of the kit is I don't have any directions with this one. So, hey, if you see him out there floating around somewhere, send me a message, drop it in the comments, whatever. I had gotten one of these from eBay, said that everything was in it, and it was 50-50 my fault and the seller's fault, because they were one of them people that just had like acquired old stuff and they weren't a modeler from what I could tell. You know, they had a bunch of different stuff in their store. And I looked at the pictures, and you guys know how these are in the box. They're very cramped, a lot of big stuff. And I saw this, and if you bought any of these from eBay, you know, like 99% of the time, this is the stuff that's missing. Well, it turned out that this was missing. I thought it was just, I took for granted that it was up under something in the box. So I had to send that one back. And then when I found a complete one, I got everything, but no directions. So there we go. That being said, let's look at Mr. Brower's sculpture real quick. Nice, heavy, thick vinyl, just like the rest of them. Now, this one here, very detailed in my opinion. I like the depth of the detail and the standout, but I mean, the likeness to me is pretty spot on there with a young, or younger, should I say, Doug Bradley. Got all the lines in his head, where it pulls on his skin in the back, up here at the top. Very, very textured. All the flesh coming out right there. Even his severe hernia. Very beautifully done, in my opinion. Nice open mouth. Nice teeth. Like I said, you can see Doug Bradley right there in the sculpt. This just a robe. I mean, very nicely done. Matches the robe from the movie. I do like this. It says on the bottom, "We love you, Clive." 1993. This is some old stuff. The arms, very beautifully done. Nice fingernails. And you see here, you have your puzzle box, Lament box, whatever people like to call it. It looks like you have the option to build it two ways. You can either build it closed. There's the box. There's a lid you got to cut off one side of it. But on this side, it's open. With I would say that this piece would go to this box. Yeah, because it's already got that side right there. So this piece, no. I don't know, hell. Another reason I might need directions, huh? But anyways, I'd probably build it like this because the chains are coming out of it. So it would be open. Very, very nicely done. Padding for the costume, the flesh down in between. Got the little holes for the nails in his hand. Nicely done. Now let's get over here to the Altar of Souls. Got some kind of reminds me of something you'd see in Skyrim, the game. some crazy stuff going on here. Looks like we got like an Uncle Frank. I remember seeing like the babies, all the crazy. So, I mean, back then, you know, we saw this stuff and we were like, oh my God, they showed that in a movie, because it's very sacrilegious, you know what I mean? Kind of very off. It also reminds me of a kind of Geiger-esque, you know, H.R. Geiger kind of deal. I mean, you got a skeletal baby there breastfeeding, you know, and the whole thing with Hellraiser is, you know, fine line between ecstasy and pain. This should be fun to paint, that's for sure. Got symbols on the top. You can't really see it. It's like the diamond pyramid thing that the box turns into when they're in hell. They're floating around. Sorry, spoilers if you haven't seen it already. And then we got the stuff. Here's the stuff. We've got the classic cardboard weapons as usual. The wire, which I believe is made to hold the chains so they look like they're stiff shooting out. Because one of them things I read on the internet there, that's what he said, you know, they're supposed to be tight, like they're coming out. That's what Jeff Brower said. And it even comes with all the pins, which they did for this one, but it makes me wonder why they didn't do it for the first quarter scale. I don't know. And some string for, oh, the string is to hang his torture tools from. Okay, from his belt. Alrighty, so got all the stuff with this one except for the directions. Like I said, if you can help me out, I would appreciate it. Now, this one at 1/6 scale is also sculpted by Jeff Brower, and it does have directions. Look at the box art. Now, this one says that Chris Ryan did box art and illustration. So I don't know if that meant he actually painted that or if he's just in charge of all the layout on the box. Either way, if he did or if Jeff did it, good job. I like how they really took more of a skin color with the paint up on this one. I like that. Usually, typically looks bluish, you know, which I think is awesome too. That's how I'm going to paint mine. But I like how that one was done. First off, we got the directions. Got painting the parts right here. Now you can see he's supposed to come with his arms off. Mine already have them on there. This was started already by the seller, which they did not say, but it's okay. They give you, you know, blow dryer, what you're going to need to do to get the job done, tools, which I always thought was great for people starting out, you know, that had no idea, especially back then. I mean, you had to have a little bit of money to blow to have the internet. So, and I don't even know what was on the internet back then. All that, the directions right there. Pinhead on the back. And you can see right here, this looks like it was not kept in a smoke-free home, but that's okay. We'll scrub her down and get her done. And I don't have a problem with it because everything lines up. You can see they pencil marked it. Beautiful details on this. Once again, very good Doug Bradley likeness. Nice deep lines. Very clean. And the same details throughout the whole series of sculpts. A little bit of shine there. They already cut this off. But I do love the casting on this is marvelous, man. I mean, just beautifully done. Everything stands out now. Okay, his thumb is inside the glove. I was going to say he is lacking a fingernail on his thumb, but his thumb is inside the glove and this part is outside the glove. Gotcha. Okay. And he's got that little sneer on his face like, "Arr." Over here, we got the robe, which is also a base because down at the bottom, it has some people suffering and some spines and some dead hands there. You got your tools hanging. Your tools are sculpted onto this one. And that's going to lead me to show you this. So you got the first part of your handle there that goes down to your bone saw here. I'll hold that off for a second. But, you know, beautifully done, detailed, nice. Well, oh, got some intestines on the back on the bottom. And this one here, they already poured a little bit of plaster in it. You can't see it down there. That's why this is cut off. This went here. But I mean, they still cut it off in a very nice, they did a good job. Whoever did it knew what they were doing. Now, if you see on this one, he's holding a skull with like a meat hook with a heart on it. So here's your skull. And this is casted out of resin. And that is just beautifully done. All them small cracks and details. You get your bone paint on this with your washing. That's going to look awesome. Just awesome. That is a beautiful, beautiful skull. Kudos, Mr. Brower. And here is the heart. This scares me because this is made out of resin too. A heart beautifully done. Your hook, it's two parts because that goes on top of his hand. This comes out of the bottom. And this is the part that scares me is this because it has a chain that goes to the skull and you're supposed to run it through this so the skull dangles from it. I don't know if this little piece of resin, boy. I don't know. I may consider just getting rid of all this except for the heart and make something a little more sturdy. I don't know. But then again, it's survived how many years now? Since 93, I think this said, or something like that. Oh, no, this says 96 on the directions. So I don't know if that's when it was put out or not. Once again, got the little metal chains. We've got our pins that come with this one. That would be nice between the two if there was enough leftover pins for the other quarter scale Pinhead. That would be beautiful if that would pan out that way. Accidentally got some string in here, and he doesn't have any dangling tools. As you can tell, they left the cardboard out. Now, here's what I wanted to show you. So you've got this piece, and they're supposed to go together as such. And probably need to cut a little more out of this one. And, you know, you can still see your lines up here where the arms were joined. This either may just need heated up or trimmed a little more. But I wanted to show you something really special to me. It's my buddy, Russell Clark. Hey, Russell, if you're watching. He knew I was looking for one of these. This was before I got the kit. And he had one, and he gave it to me. Just he didn't have the skull and all that. But this is one that he started. And I want you to look at this craftsmanship. Now, he said he started a long time ago, never finished it. But look how Russell filled that gap in. You can see it starting to crack a little there for this time, though. I mean, this was done, Lord knows how. Russell was the one that told me I should fill it with foam. That's why I got the foam it over there for the next one. You can't see no seams on Russell's arms. And he sculpted all that together. Had his base colors laid down beautifully. I love the teeth, how they're like a bloody yellow looking. When I go to do this, I'm going to try to preserve this part of the paint job as much as possible. Of course, I had to finish it out, but I love how he started this and his level of skill. I always thought Russell was a great model builder. He's modest. But I just thought I would share that with you. So that's really what you're going to end up working with, how you need to get your sculpt on and make sure everything comes out beautifully. And last but not least, we have the mystery box, or the lamentation box. Now, Simon Says is the one who, not Simon Says, Sace, S-A-Y-C-E, I believe, is the one who designed the box for the first and second movies, I think. I didn't really find any information on the internet about this one. It's an awesome, cool piece to have. And you'll probably never hear me say this, but I will probably never open this. This would be just like cool to hang on the wall in the man cave or something like that. So if it says anything in the directions about it, I will never know. I mean, I could take the staples out, but I don't want to. I mean, this looks like pristine, like somebody had this in a box, or like a box of these was found and just left over. Ironically, some kits you don't get directions with on eBay, and some come with 2. Now, the reason that I'll probably not open this is because if you remember from the other video, I had it playing with it at the end, is my best friend Dave in Ohio had this for years. I mean, I wasn't even doing this back then when he got this. And we just thought he was like picking it up at a yard sale or something. We just thought this was really cool. But if you notice, and this is why it's not movie accurate to say the least, is okay, 1 side, 2 side, 3 side. Well, hold on, that side and that side the same. So what Screamin did was they took 3 designs and doubled them. So you've got 2 of the same design on each box. And I believe the one in the movie had a different design on each side. Still very cool, you know, thing to have on your desk or on your shelf right there next to the displays. It's made out of some kind of hard plastic that's kind of tinted, you can see. And this says you can use it for a stash box, basically. It says mysterious puzzle box from Hellraiser, assembles in minutes. It says hide your treasures in a secret place that only you will know how to open. Well, I don't see any, it just looks like a square. There's no groove or anything. It's marketing. Marketing in the what is this, the 80s when this came out? It says 91 on the back of this right here. But still, it's just a cool little kit, man. And I love that one there. It's just nice and shiny. If I was going to do anything, though, I would repaint this before. But this is just fine the way it is. You know, the box has been through hell. So there you have it. If you're interested in trying to collect them, you know, from this video and the last video that you can go back and check out. Those are the 8 kits that you'll be looking for the total collection of the Screamin Hellraiser line. If you've hung around this far, thank you very much. I imagine you're my kind of people. Why don't you go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button for me. And to the returning subscribers, thank you as always. If you're looking for any ways to help support the channel, if this has a hype button underneath it, go ahead and mash that hype button and give some of them points up that YouTube gives you for your favorite creators. I greatly appreciate it. It takes a lot of points for YouTube to bump it up, bump a video up, but I always like to try as a small channel. I've also unlocked membership tiers, $3 and $4. $3 is Bog Dweller, where you get custom emojis, member polls, and you get loyalty badges. And the Skunk Ape gets everything else, the $4 tier as the $3 tier. You also get access to upcoming videos early, and you get your name mentioned on the next video after you join. And I also do have a Patreon. What we do there for $3 once a month is we get together online on Zoom, and we have an open bench session for an hour or so, you know, working on models, talking about movies, life, whatever goes down over there. It's all cool. All right, so got that done, and I think you might be pleased with what's coming next. So until then, be good to each other. Model on. Sit, Rocco, sit. Good dog. Roof.